Civil rights movement.
The aftermath of this fire in Stone Mountain as well doesn't look like much, but it forced dozens of people from their homes and robbed them of their precious memories and belongings. It also cost one man his prosthetic leg, which is now making his daily life even more difficult than it was. Thanks for joining us here at 11. I'm Alan Devlin.
I'm Sean Gables. Atlanta News First Tori Cooper is live tonight from the apartments in Stone Mountain. And Tori, you spoke to the man who's doing his best to preserve.
I did, Sean, and the fire that took place here is really just impacting his mobility in his everyday life, and tonight he's just hoping to move one step forward.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Walking together isn't something Jakari Kaysen and his sister Tabria take for granted.
Hey, Remy. Remy.
Especially lately.
I just been trying to hold up, doing stuff to try to kind of like keep my head off of it. Yeah. But it still kind of bothers.
Last Sunday, Kaysen, his family, and more than 60 others lost everything after a fire ripped through their Dekalb County apartment. But a main piece of his stability was also lost in the fire.
Mainly my water prosthetic is what got burned up with it.
In 2020, Kaysen had to have his leg amputated. He says he was working at Publix, driving a forklift, when it crashed, damaging his leg. Now his main water prosthetic leg is gone. It cost $20,000 with insurance.
Because that's like my shower leg, pool leg, stuff like that.
Wow.
So
that's a lot. That's like, I mean, you use that every day.
And I use that I use it every day. So recently, like what I just been doing is kind of like balancing myself and just showering, kind of balancing myself, because this one's not able to get wet. Oh yeah.
The loss, not just a balancing act for him, but difficult to watch for his sister.
Even with him losing his leg, that was tough for me, because just knowing how the world is and knowing how he has to go through stuff a whole lot differently than I have to now.
Irreplaceable family heirlooms, memories, everyday belongings lost in the fire.
Come on.
Both of them now leaning on each other each step of the way. Now, if you would like to help replace Jakari's prosthetic leg and help the Kaysen family get back up on their feet, you can head to our website at atlantanewsfirst.com and click on this story, and you can find a way to contact them directly. Reporting live in Dekalb County tonight, I'm Tori Cooper, Atlanta News First.
Tori, thank you.